What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is Sarah and I'm from Melbourne's Vegan on Instagram, and I have just filmed a what I eat in a week video, volume 2. Go and watch my other one if you haven't yet. Basically, I filmed everything I ate over the week. I started off my week just craving very hearty processed foods because it was coming into that time of the month, so I pretty much just ate whatever I felt like eating this week. There's so much delicious food in here. It's not usually how I really eat though. Like usually I've got like a good morning routine of like celery juice, then a smoothie bowl, and things like that. But this week I just ate what I felt cool to eat, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially around that time of the month. Like you just want to eat anything that's super hearty and carby and warms the soul, and that's what I did. And although it doesn't actually really make me feel the best internally after I eat it, it also makes me happy just not worrying about what I'm eating and enjoying delicious food. And I'm extra excited to show you this video because I went to the Gold Coast for the second half of the week and I ate so much delicious food. Like holy shit, I fucking ate so well. So I'm so excited to share all the delicious places I went to, even spent a night in Byron Bay and had the most amazing falafels. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, hope you enjoy. Okay, let's see if I can do this whole voiceover in one go without saying This is going to be a real challenge, but anyway, I started off on Monday making a latte, an oat milk latte using Minor Fears oat milk, which is the superior oat milk. I find I like it so much more than Oatly because it's more like silky and smooth. I don't know, I just like the texture a lot more than Oatly. Then for breakfast, I fried up some of that Next bacon from Coles, which is so good. And then I made a chickpea omelette, and I was going to make like a McMuffin kind of roll thing. I had some Vegemite toast as I was making breakfast because I'm very impatient and I like to ruin my appetite sometimes. I then made an omelette with chickpea flour, spices, salt, and tapioca flour. Mix that with plenty of water and fry it like a pancake. And these are gluten-free buns from the gluten-free precinct, which are so yum. I'm not gluten-free, but I like to eat as much gluten-free as I can. And then I fried my omelets. I just cook it for like maybe 4 minutes each side, and it is delicious. And then I just laid on some vegan cheese. I had the Sheese vegan cheese from, I think I got it from Woolies, and laid on my omelette, which looks strange, but it tastes so good. And then of course I had to layer on top a big dollop of the special sauce from Coles because that belongs on everything. And if you haven't tried it, then I'm sorry to say, but you are missing out because that stuff is like addictive. And that's a nice little close-up of it. Took a little chomp out of it and it was so good. And then for lunch, I had this Plantitude pad thai tofu. I was feeling so lazy this day, I just didn't even care. This was just so easy and took like 2 minutes to make, and it was actually pretty yum, but it didn't feel like great after eating it, I think because it's like one of those frozen microwave meal things. But it was still nice and it was still easy to make. And then I went to Coles and I ate a whole thing of olives on the way home. And then for dinner that night, I made Hasselback potatoes. These are like the second most superior way to eat potatoes. Potato gems are the most superior way to eat potatoes, but this way is also amazing. All you have to do is slice up your potatoes like that, and then I brush on top some garlic infused olive oil and salt. Bake them in the oven for like 40 to 50 minutes at about 200 degrees, and they come out looking like that, and they taste so good. And of course I had to chuck on a nice big dollop of that special sauce from Coles because it's actually addictive. And then I had to get rid of this, I had to use up this vegan bacon because I was going away this night and then flying to Brisbane the next day. And so I made that bacon roll thing again. And then when I was driving to my parents' farm to drop off my dog because they were looking after him while we were away, I got this rice and veggie thing. That's my dog Dennis. Then when I got to the farm, I made myself a falafel wrap with hummus, falafels, carrots, heaps of rocket veggies and coriander. Oh, and I also let you know that I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram right now. I've partnered with Whole Life Pharmacy in Langwarrin to do that giveaway. So if you want to win a lot of food, go check out my Instagram. And then for dinner that night, I made a dal with chickpeas, cauliflower, pumpkin, heaps of curry powder, and basmati rice and papadums. Oh my god, papadums are so fucking good. You get them from Coles or Woolies for like, you get like 20 of them for $1.50, and you just microwave them for 60 seconds. And they're like a really nice thing to eat with your curry. Anyway, for breakfast I had a coffee, and then I made this toasted falafel wrap with just like the same ingredients that I had the day before, hummus and all that jazz. And then because I just couldn't stop eating and I drove past Pie Face, I got a vegan sausage roll with some Tommy sauce. And then when I got home, my body was like just screaming at me to eat some fruit. So I made a super hydrating papaya, blueberry and banana smoothie. I just blend it with water because I find it easier, and you don't really need milk all the time in your smoothies, you know. Water just does it fine. And then for dinner that night, I used some of the things from my giveaway to make a pasta, and it was so delicious, so easy, and always hit the spot. Pasta does. For Thursday morning, I started off with big lemon water, and then I made myself another oat milk latte, which is delicious as always. And then a bit of pre-flight hydration. I made a massive smoothie with bananas, blueberries, papaya and pineapple, and that was super delicious, and just the kind of a nice way to prepare for a flight where you always kind of feel a bit yucky and all that. And then when we got to the airport, we got there at like 12 or 1ish, and I had some sushi. Jacob had a burrito and also got a falafel wrap, and he let me have a bite of his falafel wrap, which was very generous of him. Then we went to I Like Ramen on the Gold Coast, and this is probably one of the most amazing vegan restaurants I've ever been to. The duck bao is a must-have, as well as this ramen, which is delicious. I got the minced pork one, and Jacob got the kimchi one, and they were freaking dope, like so delicious. And then the next day we went to a life-saving club, I can't remember which one it was, and had acai bowls for breakfast. Probably rate this acai bowl maybe like a 6 out of 10 because they didn't put any peanut butter on it, and I felt like there was more toppings than there was acai. And then I was just having a little cute dress moment here while Jacob was working. We went to Woolies and grabbed a couple of little things. I love this hummus because it's got like no weird additives in it, and I like those little rice biscuit things too. Jacob loves Savoys and that spicy capsicum dip. And then for dinner, oh no, this was lunch, sorry, I made this 2-ingredient pasta just using those 2 ingredients, and it's so easy and so cheap, and it's all organic too. I ended up chucking a bit of hummus on top of mine as a little bit of extra something, and that was delicious. How good spiral pasta. I hadn't had spiral pasta for ages, and it was delicious. That's my boyfriend Jacob. Oh, you would have seen it before, but that's him enjoying my little creation. I made a TikTok and an Instagram reel of me making that pasta too, if you want any more details on that. Then I went for a walk by myself, and I saw this pelican, which was fucking hectic looking. And then for dinner that night, we went to Cardamom Pod on the Gold Coast too, and that was so good. I just love buffet style breakfasts and lunches and dinners because you can just eat as much as you want, and that's just a dream for me. And then for dessert, Jacob and I shared that cheesecake thing. And then the next morning we went out for breakfast at Blend Love on the Gold Coast too. I had smashed avocado, and then for lunch that day I had this acai bowl from some random shop that didn't really know how to make acai bowls. It was yummy, but I felt like half of it was missing. And then for dinner we went to a ball where I had a salad for dinner, a freaking entree, veggies and rice for main, and fruit for dessert. It was like a catered for event where I don't think they really knew how to cook vegan food that well. But anyway, you know what it's like when you go to like catered things and they all of a sudden forget how to freaking cook and just give you fruit and veggies. Not to sound unappreciative, but you know what it's like being a vegan in that situation. Anyway, then we went to Byron Bay, and oh my god, these falafels from Orgasmic Falafel are probably the best falafels I've ever had in my life. Jacob and I shared some hot chips as well, which were covered in herbs and sesame, which is like such an amazing combination, putting some roasted sesames on chippies. And then we went to No Bones for dinner. We had for entree some, I think it's called bruschetta, and then we shared vegan fried chicken and bao buns, and then we shared a burger too. We ate way too much food and ordered way too much food this night. It was a bit ridiculous. We like nearly blew up, and then to put on top of that, we went and got ice cream for dessert, and that was delicious. And then it's gone over a week now, but I had to show you this acai bowl that I got from the Press Pantry in Byron Bay. It was so good, best acai bowl I've ever had in my life. And then when we were driving back from the Gold Coast, I got this curry from Lucid Vegetarian. It was so good. And that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.